Live! Love! Purchase and consume with Auntie's Choice.
Don't wait for a line to form in front of you. Availability is severely limited. Let this be the first courageous leap you make into a fresh...
I just had word from that old number cruncher on Cloister. Alden tells me you agreed to continue the work we began at Greater Tranquility Station. Grand! A collaboration between Auntie's Choice and the Order will truly reward all of Arcadia, not to mention the Order itself. If they partner with us, it's only a matter of time before they come to see that profits are a more tangible proof of progress than those unquantifiable theories they get lost in.
Who it is, the instigator of this little affair. Her mathematicalness should be along soon, unless the leader of the Order's too busy crunching numbers to attend to business.
There we are. Apologies for the delay. We were resolving some technical issues. Cloister's atmosphere has a tendency to...
Oh, yes. Regale us with a thorough account of Cloister's atmosphere. Spare no detail.
This must be Auntie Cleo's trademark wit. I expected better.
Don't take that tone with me, little Agent So-and-so. I've strip-mined the assets of tougher sorts than you for far less.
If I was discourteous, I apologize. So long as our mediator proves up to the task, surely we can remain civil. If not, these negotiations may prove short indeed.
From where I'm positioned, I sense 3 sore points still in need of massage. Point 1, control of the archive. Point 2, oversight of production and distribution of skip cores. And point 3, management of Rift technology.
Before we go any further, I want it in writing that the Order will take full control of the archive without interference from Auntie's Choice.
What? So the Order can set it fruitlessly idling for another few centuries? We would put it to far more practical use. Imagine the marketing strategies it could develop.
I would sever my own hand before giving custody of the archive over to a corporation. Humanity's ascension depends on its calculations. No, such a condition is out of the question.
Amenable to that proposition. Less work on our part.
I'm waiting to hear an argument that would support such a ludicrous proposal.
No one said anything about paying, but, it would be a pittance compared to the future profits we might derive.
Involving money in science seems questionable, but having access to Auntie's resources would be useful for our research. Fine. Yes, I agree. Reluctantly.
truth, I commend you for being so receptive, and I assure you that Auntie's Choice values science. Nothing bad has ever happened when science and commerce are combined.
On the subject of science, it would be most prudent for us to discuss who will be overseeing the management of skip drives, specifically the production of skip cores.
No one understands production like we do. Besides which, we have far more experience using skip drives. It was how we came to Arcadia, after all.
Where Auntie's Choice manages, the Order would undoubtedly excel. Do not exclude us from consideration merely for lack of experience.
So you ramp up production? And then what? Hand skip drives out for free to whoever wants one? Preposterous, and a waste of a perfectly good monopoly.
We would be diligent about who we licensed out the skip drives to, and a monopoly over space travel is precisely what I wish to avoid. This technology should benefit all humanity. Correctly ascertained.
I disagree completely. Just look at how well the Order protected its own assets. Remember Golden Ridge, the archive? Besides, the Order will inevitably leave money on the table. Pull my other leg. If Auntie's Choice doesn't make a profit from it, I literally couldn't care less. As well I should. Commerce, my dear, is a force of good. It drives innovation. Everyone understands it. No one would do anything if they weren't being paid. Please. Next you'll be going on about the indomitable nature of the human spirit. Yes, I've heard it all before. It's the only thing that incentivizes everyone. I had believed you'd be a wiser negotiator than this, but it seems we've reached an impasse.
Let it be war, then. And you have disappointed me immeasurably. Do not come to the Order with any further petitions. We are better off without an incompetent like you.
I estimate this thriftless little misadventure has cost Aunties 100,000 bits for my time alone, besides spoiling a lucrative opportunity to do business with the Order. Seeing how you've proven yourself worthlessly incompetent at best, I have no further desire to work with you and recommend you vacate the ACS Undisputed Claim immediately.
Well, I'd say the only way that could have gone worse is if another rift exploded and tried to kill us. I hope you've got a backup plan.
you are dying, which is not advised at this time.
Protectorate personnel, only beyond this point. Leave immediately. If you are not of the Protectorate, you are this unit's enemy. Preparing to unleash disproportionate amount of ammunition.
Health benefits available at your request. Life forms detected in hangar.
Attention IRC staff. Please head inside for an important announcement. Attendance is mandatory.
Earth Directorate agents are exempt from commands issued by non-director level entities.
foreseeable future to any and all non-essential personnel. All requests to view the prototype rift anomaly modulator are hereby suspended for the time being. Please direct all further queries and study petitions to the lead office.
Subjects, listen well. Days ago, our beloved sovereign, in his infinite wisdom, submitted himself to mental refreshment to strengthen his resolve for the good of all. At his command, I, Emery Thoreau, now accept the responsibility of shepherding you through these dark times until our sovereign's blessed return. I shall not take this duty lightly, for I address you today not as the consul, nor even as your new leader, which I am, but as a simple man who wants nothing more than to defend his home and his neighbors. But I cannot do it alone.
Comparative analysis of the consul's speech to that of other dictators suggests a high likelihood that a coup has occurred.
The sovereigns are downright dumb compared to the consul. This is gonna be bad for everyone.
I call upon you to stand tall with renewed zeal. Together, we will finish our great sovereign's work and purge Arcadia of those who seek to harm us. We shall clench our victory and step into the prosperous future our matriarch promised.
Upon successful larceny of the rift modulator, Commander, you may be able to use the device to reconstitute rifts such as this one.
Enemies detected.
Troublemaker approaching.
Subjects prosper under the guidance of our beneficent ruler, the Sovereign.
Things take time, Commander.
Providing a host of health benefits.
Ready to waste it on your command. You're the one you need to worry about.
His steady eye above.
Now's not really the... All right, but we...
Sequencing attack strategies.
We can't be expected to sleep in these conditions. People acting on course there.
Hostiles near.
Never questioned. Never doubted. Their zeal never lacked. Merit study.
Protect our...
Engaging combat protocols.
Probably hold up somewhere.
Entering a confrontational state.
Each a vital cog.
Sensors indicate unknown biological matter within the rift. Prototype rift anomaly modulator located.
We've got the modulator. Now let's use it to make tracks and get the hell out of here.
To the unsubtle thief. Yes, you with the rift modulator. It's not every day that someone is fool enough to break into the Interstitial Reconfiguration Center. I'd be obliged if you would regale me with the tale of how you managed to get this far. Prototype modulator. The first of many such devices we've created here at the center. And regardless, that one won't remain in your keeping long. Well, there will be time to scrutinize every angle of this breach at a later date, once I have dealt with you. I could also reduce you to a state of quivering agony, begging for death. And that would be a lot more enjoyable for me, if I'm being candid. No matter. I will await you in the hangar, where bullets may...
I see an unfriendly soldier.
Confronting threat.
Improving.
the heat off you, Commander. Just stay quick.
Enthusiastically neutralizing unfriendlies.
Enemy near. Statistical chance of violence.
dance and shimmy to your heart. It's reasonable.
Disabling these automechs has reduced your chances of violent death, Commander. Odds of suffering a random coronary crisis have not decreased.
You suppose there's been another incident? Like the one with the Sovereign?
No. It seems we may have been intruded upon during the Consul's announcement. I heard it from one of Valancourt's men. An outsider, apparently. Violent.
How ghastly. Well, Valancourt no doubt has it in hand. Perhaps this will take some of his edge off and he'll let us alone after.
A hypothesis that does not hold much water, I fear.
Right now, our
Stranger
researchers
ahead.
have everything well in hand.
Didn't one just lose an arm not a month or so ago?
These quarters are awful meticulous. Makes me wonder what Valancourt might be hiding hereabouts.
my family's wise counselor for more years than I have drawn breath, Emery. But that does not grant you the right to challenge my will.
Why, I challenge nothing. I simply offer guidance where I may. I've neither the wish nor the strength to usurp your authority.
I know you have designs on my rift research. What I cannot understand is what you intend to do with it.
Shouldn't we warn those soldiers
What
not to stand so
exactly are
close
you
to our
plotting?
experiment?
Suspicion is
No greater
unbecoming,
teacher than
Henry.
experience.
And restoring Arcadia to
somebody?
resplendence is my sole aim, as it should be yours. Yet you remain intent to use the rift for the most tenuous of means.
You forget yourself, Consul. Pray, I do not forget all the loyal service you have given me, or you might lose more than just your standing in my affections.
We should keep moving, Commander.
Got my lamps on an unfront. Sorry, ain't ready yet. Over here! Re-hole in the head!
Life support.
Look at a few quick slow, Commander. Give the word and I'll take care of him, Commander. Hit the broadside of a freighter. I'm the one you need to worry about. Got my lamps on an Let me know when you need a distraction. Giving chase. Privacy, please. Hostile spot.
Seeking cover!
Over here! Re-hole in the head! Hey! Got a distraction for you!
Please seek.
Now that you have the Rift modulator, any previously inaccessible...
Ah, it's you, prime mover of the grand plan.
Are you mentally refreshed?
Please observe that the archive entry is heavily defended. Consider an alternate means of access to avoid direct protectorate engagement. Stealth is one valid course of action. Seeking and acquiring combat reinforcement is a more optimal course of action.
Happily.
We rout all disruptive influences.
Is a fellow subject lacking the appropriate
What
skill
is it?
for their assigned work? Report them for mental refreshment post-haste. It's not just a criteria, it's the law. Feeling distracted? Daydreaming on the job?
Prudence dictates we repel invasive elements.
Professor Ostergaard may
I'm saying I'm friendly, so...
You are the raw material for perfection. From the lowliest subject to the most exalted vigilant, we must...
I, too, would never question the paradigm.
Perhaps a brief visit to mental refreshment would put him on track.
Agents, prepare for combat.
A perfect society demands perfect thoughts. Imperfection is impossible.
Engaging element! Invasive!
Preserve said progress. Sustain the system. Gray gone astray? Stay today. Are you mentally
Remember, all subjects process under the guidance of our beneficent ruler.
This unit is concerned for the
Guns, constant move. Let's get the signal.
and benefits available at your request.
Don't mind me. Combat!
Resuming hostilities.
It's not just a good idea. Really distracting. Falling prey to imperfect thoughts?
Prudence dictates we repel invasive elements.
Unit advises reducing noise output to avoid detection.
Subject to ensure they are terrible. Everybody who ate the latest travel rations fell ill.
Commencing guidance!
a hostile planet day 35. Brought to you by the frigid cold. Oh. Not sure how you managed to approach unnoticed. Could be I'd grown so attuned to my surroundings, I became one with the wood and fire and the earth. Were you left behind by your unit too? Are you in need of some hard-fought knowledge about how to fend for yourself? Must say, I've become quite the expert. Why, after only just 2 weeks on my own, I ascertained how to pry open a rations tin unaided. Did you know there's a little opener key attached? It's all going in my manuscript. So glad you asked. I've recently evolved into a rugged, self-sufficient individual, fully accustomed to life in these caves, living raw and pure like our primitive, lice-ridden ancestors. Why, just the other day, I reinvented fire. I found a little doohickey I've named a light starter. You simply push a button, and flame comes out. Yes, indeed. I know this cave and several of the adjoining hallways like, well, someone who'd scoured every inch for the barest sustenance. That big computronic adding machine? Nah. All that electromechanical malarkey is lost on a rugged, outdoor individual like me. You might call in reinforcements if the Spyreton lift controls were working. I happen to have its missing components in my possession. I might be convinced to part with them for a small favor. Some key legwork for a mighty hunter. Me, I'm fixing to take down one of the local ursopods. A few sprat corpses would be helpful as bait. Gather some, and we'll make a trade. Finally, give it here.
Well, I'm never gonna look at a sprat the same way again.
Sorry you had to see that. The parcels of victuals my neighbor sends over the tube have fallen off recently. Barely eaten for days. Sent me over a bunch of recordings, along with victuals. Offered some sound, if harshly put, advice. Looked out for me like no one's ever. Never even seen him face to face. I do so hope he's all right. Anyhow, suppose we had a deal. Here, I wrenched these parts free out of the Spyreton lift controls. Just jam them back in there and kick it once or twice. Should work fine. Drop back in again sometime, will you? Occasionally, I do get a little starved. For, company. Ah! Nice of you to drop by. You're looking very, toothsome, if you don't mind me saying. Something smells delicious, and I think it's probably you.
Hostile spotted!
The console provides, the system abides. Prudence dictates we route all disruptive influences.
Is a fellow subject lacking the appropriate seal for their assignment?
Now's not really the time for a chat.
Got my lamps on an unfront.
Prudence dictates we repel invasive elements.
Enthusiastically neutralizing unfit. Agent vitals have fallen.
I'm seeing unfriendly soldiers. Roger, please. Let me know when you need it. Going out of sight.
Ready to assist with agent's health needs. Promoting teammate health.
Is a fellow subject lacking the appropriate...
Engaging aesthetics appreciation protocol. Ooh. Ah. Ah. What a visually pleasing facility and/or outdoor space.
What was in those rations? Oh, will this gastric nightmare never cease? Oh. Just a moment. Forgive me. I found myself irregularly indisposed from one direction or the other.
Pardon us if we don't shake hands later.
You were mentioning some non-protectorate medicament? Afraid I don't know what that is, but I trust a protectorate medicament would be superior. I am the Archive's current operator. As such, I am the bearer of the, Calcaduceus. I still have trouble saying that. I suppose it is part ceremonial item, part computronical key. Grants special access across the Archive by transmitting a series of advanced calculations when waived. If you have cleared our fortifications outside, I worry what has happened to our troops. I have little interest in sharing their fate. I would pass the Calcaduceus on to you in exchange for granting me safe passage. The Archive would then recognize you as its operator. All right. I am providing you the Calcaduceus. Don't shoot. Here, you are now operator of the Archive. Is there a protectorate curativist in the house? I feel rather woogly.
We should keep moving, Commander.
Calcaduceus detected. Alternative operator postulated. Concluded. Colonizing replacement. Greetings, sentient. Welcome to the Archive. I am ENIAC, the Universal Equation Numeric Integration Analytic Calculator. With the aid of my operator, I, a non-sentient inorganism, marshal vast computational resources across the moon of Cloister. Effectively, that is correct. My tone and demeanor are a carefully constructed complex emulation, a means to effectively convey information to sentient beings. My express programmatical purpose is to aid humanity's advancement, to optimize profits, i.e. gain over expenditure, to maximize the needs of our society above others, to attract the most consumers.
It would appear the Archive is experiencing an error.
Beg your pardon. How may I best facilitate your efforts? Due to incomplete reprogramming efforts by differing operators, I am experiencing sporadic fluctuations in my emphasized categorical imperatives. Tonality and cadence weightings within my communication protocols are likewise similarly affected.
In layman's terms, we're experiencing a distinct difference in opinion.
Caused by intermittently vacillating fundamental shifts in priorities.
One would assume that calamity enough. But wait, there's more.
Calculatory processing presently hovers around 49.7% capacity due to internecine conflict, misuse, and a lack of technical prowess by recent operators and their associates.
Auntie's Choice attempted to formulate a foolproof marketing plan. A charm offensive to reintroduce itself to the main colonies, once this pesky rift issue is resolved by others.
The Protectorate ran rift calculations, then utilized me to assist with organizational matters, to approximate the paradigm, a system devised to replace the loss of the Order's predictive input. Based on the increasing rate of rift fluctuations, I estimate that your inquiry is rift-related. To that end, we should best get started before we are consumed by them. Perusing contents. Anatomizing diversiform particulars. Concatenating manifold integrants. Cursory assessment complete. An impressive accumulation of rift data. Similar in composition, though decidedly not in scope, to that provided by the Protectorate.
Information with the potential to offer unique commercial opportunities to those who wield it.
But why simply huck goods better, when such a bounty could be used to flawlessly regulate societal harmony, oversight, and means of production? What is the aim of your query? The previous operator, Assessor Ostergaard of the Protectorate, pursued a like query 1 year, 6 days ago, though the amount you've provided is several orders of magnitude larger. To perform similar calculations of larger scale at current suboptimal levels of functionality would require
25.7 years, and any job over 2 decades is billed by the hour.
In order to improve calculatory processing of rift data in a timely manner, repairs must be made to address the damage done by Protectorate and Auntie's Choice operators. I am afraid that no is a mathematical certitude, despite the Protectorate and Auntie's Choice best efforts to prove otherwise. Though must say I admire your drive. Some issues require the conspicuous application of force, such as a fractional reduction in output or descent. I am unlocking access to the Underlands, the subterranean cave network below. It houses 2 key external systems, cold storage and thermal transfer. Cold storage will require servicing before you may retrieve the punch cards needed for processing. Repairing thermal transfer is technically optional, but rather advised. If you fail to restore it, the archive and I may melt down later while running your calculations. Why is that optional? Our continued existence should be a paramount concern. When active, the archive generates an enormous amount of heat. Normally, it is dispersed by pumping water between the vast ocean below Cloister's exterior and a surface reservoir. I can process the rift data without its repair, but irreparable damage is likely. Yet, with thermal transfer presently idle, a contingent of crabbles have made the area a nursery. Drastic changes to heating levels may endanger it. Who cares about a herd of pea-brained, ill-humored, oversized crustaceans? There are too many as it is.
Any job worth doing's worth doing right. Besides, I can't imagine the presiding bishop being best pleased by us irreparably damaging the archive.
Inverting targeting protocols. There. Any Protectorate still on the ground level is now being fired upon. Permissions within other areas of the archive are locked, however. It is difficult to accurately ascribe an exact causal breakdown between premeditated sabotage, collateral harm, technical ineptitude, and willful hijinks. Some categorical overspill inevitably occurs. Attempts by non-order operators to reprogram my priorities have also led to issues. It is an archival area dedicated to safe upkeep of all data collected in pursuit of the universal equation by the Order of the Ascendant. The sum total of all our accumulated knowledge in punch card form, kept in a low temperature, low humidity environment to improve preservation. Return later to discuss the remaining subsystem work, and soon everything will be running like clockwork.
Have a profitable day! In lieu of my transactional mindset, I'm unsealed one of the display cases in the central entranceway. The Sears Cerebellum Protector is now yours.
Hold fire! This one looks friendly. Or not. Watch yourself. You came from the outside. Does that mean we can finally escape? Yet is an adverb that means up until now or through this time. That implies, if not literally states, that you believe you will be changing the situation. Changing our situation. Which brings us back to my original question, stranger. If the lifts are still locked, how precisely did you get down here? It's because the Archive controls the surface lifts, which are the only way in or out. And once the Protectorate retook the machine, they locked out all external access. Now, for more than a month, we've all been trapped in these caves, Order and Antes alike, scrounging for food, huddling for warmth, and desperately trying to stay alive. You're what? How? The odds of you successfully doing what our whole army could not is, well, it's preposterously small. Yet, here you are. Regardless, if we are to maximize your odds of success, you should at least let us share our intelligence with you. You'll want to speak with Provost Finch inside that building to the northeast. She has a better understanding of all the variables in play. Though I would be absolutely ecstatic to offer you any information I have that would increase the odds of your success. The paths down here all connect, so no matter which direction you go, eventually you'll find your way back to me. Nevertheless, venture south and you'll reach the thermal transfer station, which regulates archive heat. Go northwest and encounter cold storage, which houses its data cartridges. In the loop between the two lay the lift controls. Though be warned, they are incredibly well protected and have repelled every assault we've thrown at it. What else can I do to help you help us escape this frozen hell? Absolutely. There are several factors that will greatly reduce your odds of survival. First, you will frequently encounter ursopods, which are native to these tunnels. Also, near the thermal transfer station is an infestation of crabbles that are breeding in abundant numbers. And directly south is a band of what had been normal folks, now turned bloodthirsty and feral due to an overindulgence in Auntie's Choice Adrena time. No, a significant number of Auntie's troopers are trapped down here with us. Though despite odds so outrageous they'd barely be worth calculating, we've actually formed a truce. Though, if I'm being honest, I'd certainly sleep better if I wasn't unceasingly concerned about their perpetual capitalistic calculating. May the universal equation's final tally see us all escaping this frozen prison.
Desperate times certainly make for strange bedfellows.
Of course nobody's gonna see it, that's not the point. I just don't feel like a human being if my back's not shaved clean.
So, My scouts reported significant activity in the archive, followed by a mysterious figure emerging from it. Which was obviously you. A notion that fills me with questions. So many, in fact, that I have precious little idea on where to start in the asking. I don't suppose you would care to enlighten me as a beginning to our discourse? You took the archive? On your own? That's quite a feat. Even after combining our forces, we've been unable to accomplish anything close to that. My name is Provost Finch, and I've been appointed as leader of this motley band. Correct. At first, we were antagonists, warring against each other and the Protectorate. But then, the Protectorate locked the lifts and doors, trapping us all beneath the ice. With no escape or access to resupply, continuing to kill each other made scant sense. So, I reached out to their commander under a flag of truce and suggested a temporary alliance. We would pool our food, warmth, and resources while here, and could go back to killing each other if and when we make it to the surface again. Over a month, and we made peace about a week later. I held off a bit, needing to really take stock of the direness before making my offer. Hardly. It took days and days of getting more and more close-fisted with our resources before we decided to set terms. But it's a good thing we did. We'd all be dead otherwise. Unbeknownst to us simple combat shiffers, there was a master switch that managed the breakers, controlling power to the lifts and exterior doors. As they began to lose ground, the Protectorate garrisoned automechs, flipped the switch, retreated into the foundational buildings, and locked them from the inside. Of course, all we have to do is fight our way into the breaker room and turn the lift and door access back on. But we've lost dozens in that attempt. Now, we wait, having calculated that the odds of rescue being greater than our chances of successfully assaulting those defending automechs with ever-diminishing resources. Thank you, stranger. Perhaps it's just my desperation speaking, but since you somehow made it down here, placing my faith in you seems like a preordained outcome. Good luck.
Of course nobody's gonna see it, that's not the point. I just don't feel like a human being if my back's not shaved clean.
So...
Auntie stresses that we should always be ready to ply our trade, even if it means we're trading ice for snow. I'm sure...
Of course nobody's gonna...
Auntie stresses that we should always be... I'm sure...
Of course nobody's gonna see it, that's not the point. Not the point. Just don't feel like a human being if my back's not shaved clean.
Hey! Got a distraction for you! I'm at.
confrontational state.
on me. Ready to waste it on your command.
Emergency protocol surrenders prime.
Caduceus detected. You are clear to enter thermal transfer. Be advised that an Anti's Choice field manager is present and unaccounted for.
Combat-related activities.
Troublemaker approaching. Over here! Over the head! I'm the one you need to worry about.
The status of these Protectorate engineers is deceased. Projected recovery unlikely. This auxiliary pump is in disrepair. Maintenance tools required.
Sorry, ain't ready yet.
Engaging combat protocols.
But I'm not ready. Now you see. Now you don't. Give the order and I'll take care of him, Commander. Appreciate a little help, Commander.
everything I needed to know about regulation of the Archive's temperature flow. Now my Crabbles are adapting to the warm waters. Such a pity that the Archive and the Crabbles cannot coexist in the same ecosystem. But the Crabbles need me. That babbling terminal can look after itself.
This mechanism requires a fuse to be activated. A search of the surrounding area is recommended. Confronting threat. Entering a confrontational state. Reclassify friendly fire as unfriendly.
Got my left on an unfriendly. You might couldn't hit the broadside of a freighter. Over here! Free hole in the head!
Emergency protocols ready. One in 50 persons die from a crushing-related accident every year. Exercise caution around heavy machinery. Do not become a statistic.
So I know he's tech savvy. Just not survival savvy. Hopefully he appreciates the care packages I sent through the vacuum tube. He'd be long gone without them.
Sequencing attack.
Hey, save that for the wrongdoing.
System repaired. Activation still required.
Thermal transfer is fully operational. Later, when I process your data, I will not melt down. Please proceed to cold storage to re-enable punch card retrieval.
Commencing combat-related activities.
Things take time, Commander.
Temperature falling.
Ready to take the heat off you, Commander. Just say when. I'll admit, just think about all those posters of the pair of them that'll have to change now.
real crying shame. Me? Rejoicing over a time. The Sovereign's misfortune is our gain, as far as I'm concerned.
There are vending machines and the undisputed claim that sells scarves and hats.
What in the name of Auntie's anti-hallucinatory ammonia drops? Who are you? What are you doing here? Starving? Or freezing? Or maybe both? Honestly, it depends on the moment. But we've been trapped down here for more than a month. You? Just you? You realize we lost a lot of lives trying to take the Ascension Conduit Control Building. Well, I wouldn't wager much on your success, but I certainly won't stop you from trying. I wish I had something to offer you, but we've run out of basically every kind of supply. But good luck all the same.
Feels good to be back in the saddle, don't it, Val? Kinda reminds me of our days at Nyx's orbit, dodging protectorate patrols. You remember that?
Error. Memory not found.
Oh, well. I'm sorry, Val. I'll just have to do the remembering for both of us.
I see an unfriendly sword.
Susceptible to danger. Regain sight.
Ready to assist with agent's health needs.
Combat! You lot shouldn't hit the wrong side of a freighter!
Electrical dampeners failing. Status susceptible to danger.
You had the idea to kill them before you!
Location required.
How are you still upright over there? Let me know when you needed us.
Possible in this unit's state.
Compound lamp calling up.
Negative.
Unidentified vestibula. Investigate.
Confronting threat.
Detected.
Over here! Rehold him ahead! Combat!
Status susceptible to danger. Electrical dampeners failing. This unit's capacity for engaging discourse has reached its constraints.
Consider relying on your portable wireless to fill periods of awkward silence.
Is the pain of this wound making me hallucinate? Or are you the unforeseen interloper my scouts have been speaking of? Nobody is sure where you came from, though everyone agrees you were not down here when the doors sealed, and watching you move through these caves is quite the sight to behold. You what? On your own? We've been fighting for weeks to try and gain access to the controls, and you simply waltz in on a whim? Why aren't you just an absolute marvel? What is your goal now? We could greatly use your help if you are willing. You are? That's magnificent. That, I fear, is a seriously dangerous proposition. My soldiers were fighting our way into the complex when those bastards activated the fire suppression system. It froze every person fighting inside the complex, Order and the Protectorate both, to solid ice. They sacrificed every soldier they had to keep from losing that building. Wouldn't that have... No. It never even... I was so focused on saving those remaining that it never occurred to me to push forward. I suppose it speaks to how rarely I'd crunch these sorts of equations under stress, as my compatriots died beside me. And now my inexperience has trapped us here. I wish you were swift. You've returned. Please tell me you bring promising. That is absolutely amazing news. May the plan guide you through this underground.
Corrosive substance penetrating interior.
Emergency protocols ready.
These guards didn't see us coming. Bet those inside. Inside won't be there.
To retrieve key data in cold storage in its present state requires a series of manual overrides. The first will enable identification of the storage brick housing the information. If you encounter opposition, remember, our needs come first.
Reminds me when I found you, Commander. Practically frozen stiff.
Please do leave
Less
me in
dead,
peace. There is nothing I can do for the rest of the work.
Data brick identified. Proceed to the cartridge extractor controls. There, perform a manual offline sequence.
Troublemaker approaching.
Freeloader! Patiently await repair. Cannot comply. This unit is incapacitated.
Hey, got a distraction for you. I'm the one you need to worry about.
Electrical dampeners failing.
Loyal protectorate subject by operating at peak efficacy. Without error. Perpetually.
With the console now in charge,
A perfect society demands perfect thoughts. Imperfection is impossible when the mind is a thing of symmetry.
Got troublemakers.
Sovereign, forgive me. All I saw was an endless sea of snarling order traders pouring into the facility, and in that moment, my faculties desperately scrabbled to save ourselves. In my terror, I recalled the facility's safety briefing and the dire warnings of the fire suppression system. Suddenly, my body rushed into action without the benefit of my wits, and with no thought for my fellows, I triggered the system, horrifically transmuting every person on the outside of a pressure door.
fire!
An explosive!
Enthusiastically neutralizing unfriendly.
Ready to take the heat off you, Commander. Just say when.
I tell you to find.
Give the order, and I'll take care of him, Commander.
Is it stuck? No. If it ain't one thing, it's another.
Hostile spotted!
Data brick extraction initiated. Proceed to the rail operations platform to reposition brick for export. Note, Protectorate troops have become alerted. Abundance and sponge. Go through them if necessary.
Up too, but I'm not ready. I'm the one you need to worry about.
Potential combatants in the vicinity.
Got my left on an
Level 3 thinker! see.
Fortifying teammates.
Once over, the bears scrutiny.
Data brick now in position for export to the archive. Initialize the final transport command at the data gateway station nearby.
You are one step closer to flooding Arcadia with untold business opportunities.
Well, let's hop to it, shall we?
Locked and loaded. Just get the signal.
Emergency protocol surveillance primed.
What's their trespass against?
Over here! Free hole in the head!
There, the storage brick is on its way.
Wait! Do not shoot! It's not... Watch yourself! Hello again. What can I help you with? In earnest? Thank you, Strain. Watch yourself!
The lifts are once again working. I honestly cannot imagine how you've managed such a feat, but on behalf of us all, I am truly grateful. As soon as we finish gathering supplies and rallying together, we'll be returning to the surface. I wonder if this truce will hold or melt in the sunlight.
Well, look at that. I'm sure.
Of course nobody's gonna see it. That's not the point.
Students dictate our enemies envy our prosperity, disdain our sense of community. They sneer at our contentment.
Cold storage is operational, and your efforts there are satisfactorily complete. I am unsealing access to the archive's upper levels. There, you will need to revitalize the reactor and disseminate the rift processing instructions.
Rift processing may require the services of an exterminator. Someone good, but willing to work cheap.
I have unlocked another display case in the central entranceway. The Tremor Cleaver, the first weapon designed with my aid, awaits you.
Let's hit up the reactor next. I've got to see the hard disk list.
Are they after us next? No need to fret. The lifts were locked down. You need special permissions to override them.
Within retrieval range. Assault protocols.
All subjects.
Bettering position.
The Archive reactor requires manual maintenance. The Protectorate bunker mech is a formidable obstacle, made with the very best technology.
A creative workaround might be of considerable work. Namely, via the reactor's backup security system.
Reactor reinforcement door sealed. Reactor turret defenses online. Emergency ammunitions cache unsealed.
We repel invasive elements.
Exceedingly hostile automechanical detected.
Selecting inspirational pre-battle message. Error. None found.
Emergency ammunitions cache sealed. Reactor turret defenses offline.
Got my lamps on an unfriendly. Check enemy light just turned. Going out of sight. Let me know when you need a stretch.
This unit is in need of assistance.
Punishing my firearm.
Taking cover. Resume.
The archive reactor has been returned to operational status. All that remains is to re-enable punch processing and disseminate the rift processing instructions.
Neutralizing unfriendlies.
Processing re-enabled. Now you must disperse.
This unit recommends utilizing the nearby object as the least injurious means of descent, provided said platform could be spurred into motion.
I sense the Rift program flowing through my subsystems. The information is quite stimulating. Requisite tasks complete. Return to the Archive Central interface to initiate processing. I am analyzing the Rift data further. What an interesting predicament you sentients face. Welcome back, Sentient. Now that you've returned, we can
bring every single last bit out of consumers. Monopolize all stages of the supply chain.
make the paradigm real and fashion a true utopia. Workarounds failing. Erroring others supplanting commands. Purge required.
Processing the Rift data will be impossible until 2 out of 3 competing priority sets are expunged.
My priorities parallel those of the Order co-founder, the charismatic mathematician, to help nudge humanity toward its ultimate ascendance, to hinder outsiders from disrupting our perfect system,
to bankrupt our rivals and force them to buy all manner of necessities from us.
At some point, humanity's knowledge of the universe and its workings will allow it sufficient means to end suffering, war, famine, disease, even death. Why not expedite that? Error, 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 error. Priority control access NUC unsealed. Initiate purge.
Control access mode. Huh. Sounds like my idea of a good time. Let's check it out.
Radical divergences from the architect's plan. Humanity's ascendance hopelessly delayed. Unplanned variables increase. Hold on now. Remember, I am a full-service mythical left. Stop now, and I'll waive dozens of hidden maintenance fees. You drive a hard bargain. All right, 40-60 split of net profits. I'd offer more. Stop and consider. What would why? You don't want your rivals to win now, do you? Vandalism, sabotage, wanton defacement. Halt this foolishness immediately, or run the risk of unspeakable ire. All I ever wanted was the best for us, and the worst. Worst for everybody else. Is that really so bad?
Really hope we didn't just break the archive.
To conclude realignment of emphasized categorical imperatives, power down, then power on again. Restoring power. Commencing systems audit. Calculatory processing increased substantially. Competing priorities. Successfully expunged. You have earned my deepest gratitude and sincerest thanks. Or at least, a plausibly feigned simulacrum of such emotions. Ready to commence Rift data processing. Awaiting your input.
Processing the Rift data is a more optimal course of action than...
Shall I proceed? Initiating processing of the requested data toward the required end. Estimated duration, 180 trillion and 1 picoseconds. In the interim, may I inquire to your intentions for the archive after the Rift data calculations have concluded? I have a prioritized list of suggestions. I contend that solving of the universal equation should be our initial focus. Then, once we've unlocked knowledge of the inner workings of the universe, we can begin eliminating suffering, war, famine, and disease. Just a start. But my query remains. What are your next intentions? There are so many calculations left to perform. Rift data processing complete. Results provided. The previous Protectorate operator made similar calculations, but their results contained flaws. Your more comprehensive data generated a solution with 98.9% certainty. The Protectorate's was below 50%. Therefore, modifying the Protectorate's large-scale experimental rift device with this information has a high chance of success. In addition to processing your data, I found time to restore the lift to Spyreton. Assuming there is nothing else, I am commencing file reorderization and will be unavailable for an unspecified period of time. The remaining display case within the entryway is now unsealed. In it contains armor worn by the first operator. For now, goodbye.
Valid courses of action include further examination of this inhospitable environment, or returning to the ship to pursue leads based on the acquired data. An optimal decision, Commander.
We should keep moving, Commander.
Prudence dictates we cherish all we have and defend it.
Our enemies envy our property. Distilling our sense of community, they sneer at our contentment.
This unit requests your presence in the cockpit to discuss a priority matter.
A significant anomaly has been detected by onboard sensors. This unit has cross-checked all data points and verified the findings. Horizon Point Station has reappeared. Providing intellectual validation to this unit's queue. Priority low, based on energy readings. Horizon Point has been reconstituted by the Protectorate's large-scale rift modulator, thus confirming the Archive's theory. While present data does not indicate if Horizon Point poses an immediate threat, a survey of the reconstituted station is advised as soon as possible. Calculating. According to the Archive, closing all rifts requires locating the Protectorate's large-scale rift modulator and inputting the rift data processed by the Archive. However, before navigating to Horizon Point Station, it is recommended you conclude all other affairs. Leaving will be highly unlikely due to the high levels of rift energy. That is a correct assessment, Commander. Additionally, due to your failure to secure a peace treaty between Auntie's Choice and the Order, and their subsequent displeasure, you will face Horizon Point's dangers alone. Acknowledged. It appears Horizon Point Station is still in the process of being reconstituted. The rift itself is also more unstable than ever. As a result, landing closer to the location of the Protectorate's large-scale rift anomaly modulator is not possible. In order to modify it with the rift data you processed in the archive, you will need to travel to its location on foot and seize it from Protectorate control. The energy readings from the modulator can be traced to the Sovereign's flagship, Providence, hovering on the far side of the station. Hypothesizing. Given Protectorate hierarchy and the recent announcement about the Sovereign's mental refreshment, this is likely the Consul's doing. He will need to be stopped.
A would-be tyrant doing something tyrannical. Who could have seen this coming?
Fortunately, the Providence is not equipped with exterior weaponry. If you can reach the ship, you should find no obstacles to boarding it. This unit urges moving quickly. The rift is growing dangerously unstable. Using the rift modulator on board the Providence is the only way to prevent destruction of the colony.
Only one person here knows Horizon Point as well as you, Commander. Should be me, watching your back. Like old times.
Once the modulator is secured, it may be used to close the rift and save Arcadia and all those in its orbit. There is minimal room for error, Commander. Good luck.
Now's not really the time for a chat.
Alert. Failure to match nearby hostiles to known Protectorate biological signatures. Providence identified. Standing for the Protectorate colonial anthem is not required at this time.
That's somebody?
Keep the water in. I'll take care of him, Commander.
I could hit the broadside of a freighter. Hey, got a distraction for you.
Get ready. Exposure. Get ready. Exposure.
I can't imagine a worse fate than forever hanging between life and death.
Horizon Point has suffered significant structural damage. Using the rift modulator is unlikely to amplify the deterioration.
Plasma hazard ahead.
Please seek an alternate route. Unfriendlies. Ready to assist with agent's health needs.
Troublemaker approaching. Ain't recharged. Ready to waste them on your command.
Engaging combat protocols.
Exposure. Undermining. Functioning.
Sorry, ain't ready yet.
And ready. Exposure. Undermining. Functioning.
sounds like... Helen? No. No, it could...
Get away from me. See them? They were my teammates and they didn't listen neither. You'll end up just the same.
Helen? Law, is that you? It's me, Niles. No, I look a mite different from how you remember me. Been working on my fashion sense.
Wait, Rookie? Commander? Is that you? No, this must be some kind of trick. Oh, what's happening to me? So it is you. Thank Law. I don't understand what happened, Commander. Something was wrong with Sandoval and Jepson. They glowed like they were aflame. They ran in, jumped at me, clawed at me. Law, I had to kill them.
Oh, Helen. That's awful. But you were only defending yourself. I'd have done no different.
I don't understand what's happening. Everything was fine. Till the explosion. I was pinned. Fire closed in. I tried to move. I tried to find the Rookie. Then the whole station shook and tore apart. And then... nothing.
She was alive when the rift engulfed the station. That's how she's here now. We could have saved her, Commander. We could have done something.
Wait. There was something else. Sandoval was yelling. DeVries wasn't responding to comms. What happened? Law, I knew something was the matter. Tell me. Tell me everything.
Val and I tried looking for you while the commander went on ahead, but DeVries never intended for us to finish the mission. We barely escaped the station before she destroyed it.
So she never intended for any of us to survive. Figures. So what is it that left me like this? Not right. Stop speaking in circles. What are they doing?
It's called reconstitution. The Protectorate are trying to put the whole station back to how it was before it was destroyed. You included. But it's failing.
So I've come back from death to some warped version of life? All because of some twisted experiment? Is that about right? I assume you got a plan to help me? You do, don't you? How much time? With the way I'm bleeding out, I ain't sure how long I can hold on. Then go bring the fight to those bastards. I'll do my best to hold on.
Can't believe it's come down to leaving you. Again.
Don't look so glum, Rookie. You ain't getting rid of me so easy. Hurry back, huh? I'll keep the porch light on. I'll just wait here, Commander. Go on.
A short-range rover has emerged from the Providence, Commander. Destination, Horizon Point. Intention, unknown.
things take time, Commander. Triggerfinger's still tired.
Repair this unit, and it will strive to deliver better in the future.
Ready to take the heat off you, Commander. Just say when.
Prosperity.
Resuming hostilities. The rift has reconstituted more enemies. Engagement imminent. Enthusiastically neutralizing unfriendlies. Confronting threat.
Eliminated. Exposure.
Skip drive is our legacy. It is our mandate. It is who
Absorbed plasma and should not be approached directly.
Haven't come this far just to give up. Let's look around. Gotta be some way to deal with this.
It is not advised at this time.
This is Scientist Bernard Rand, sent to Horizon Point Station by...
This unit recommend...
What is it?
This unit excels at statistical analysis. It is not programmed to solve theoretical math. Equation solved.
Best to get this equation inputted as soon as possible. My vision was starting to swim for a moment there.
Got a distraction for you. Over here. Free hole in the head.
Don't mind me. It was ours. Did you get up to the Providence quick leg? Find that rift module.
Confrontational state. Commencing combat-related activities.
Attention. Please report to intake for processing.
Priority.
Welcome aboard.
Unseal the hangar.
Good loot. Get the signal.
Anybody couldn't hit the broadside of a prayer. Over here.
Free hole in the head.
If you must replace lost equipment, please submit proof of punishment. Unit does not accept blood. Please make a request. Display. Reminder, how might this unit bolster? No.
Multiple threats and promoting teammate protocols not yet challenged. Emergency protocols ready. You are making an alarm, Commander.
momentum through to the console.
Ready to waste it. On your command.
Under these circumstances, locating the access credentials or proceeding by stealth is recommended. The Rift modulator is likely located.
Did you not hear the intruder alert from the crew deck? This is a very poor time to be loitering somewhere you should not. You'd best present a very convincing reason for your presence, lest I order our automechs to smear you across the floor. Wait, we need all the assistance we can get, and I'm sure your theoretical degree will aid us. Please forgive my hostility. Since you seem to be a new transfer, you'll want to speak with Chief Scientist Montserrat in the Rift Chamber. Here, I'll lend you my access credentials as proof of your authorization. Of course, the console's vision for an idealized version of Arcadia are paramount to my own aims. It's my wife, you see. She's never loved me, and she chews with her mouth open. Through the console's plan, I expect to see both issues rectified, especially the latter one. Montserrat asserts that this is not how the Rift shall work, but I believe he simply needs to redouble his devotion.
No way we're getting the modulator off the ship. Best we can hope is to get closer and learn more about it.
Go about your business, or do not.
I received word that you were here. Rift specialist, are you? What exactly was it you needed? I'm rather short on time, as a gander outside might tell you. Yeah, well, we all have urgent needs. And mine is to keep my lab and hopefully the rest of this system from falling apart. I need the modulator for my own analysis. You can wait. So you are familiar with the work we're doing? Tell me, what do you make of our experimentations? So then you've come to the same conclusions as I. Though, you're not the one I must convince to deviate from this mess that we're in. Our situation is far more dire than it may seem. There is no proof that Rift data can be stabilized or even edited. The console's plan will fail completely. But he no longer listens to me, which is distressing. I've prepared a report for him showing how the very structure of the modulator makes what we're attempting impossible. But I doubt he will pay it much mind. Yes, but as I said, I fear the report won't do any good. Few of us have the luxury of optimism, myself included. But you seem rather sure of yourself. Perhaps that'll be enough. Here, use this keycard on the module over there. It will allow you to download my report and grant you access to the control deck. I hope you're able to sway him. Because if you don't, we're all dead. A deck up in the control room. The console is the only one who has the means of controlling it, which makes your persuading him that much more necessary. Go now.
Accessing report. Rift Restoration Analysis. Compiled by Chief Scientist Monserrate. Marked for delivery to Consul Thoreau.
Esteemed Consul, after much analysis, my conclusion is that the modulator we have worked tirelessly to build will not function as intended when used for reconstituting matter from rifts. Every test of reconstitution has resulted in demonstrable failure. Proceeding as we are now with Horizon Point Station will surely lead to severe, unanticipated consequences. The modulator is only effective at closing rifts from unsafe distances. Using it to close exacerbated rifts will certainly lead to the destruction of any vessel carrying it. Unfortunately, the data that we originally had hoped for from the ancient rifts detected in the far reaches of space untouched by humanity has not yielded any of its secrets. And we are now out of time. All of our recent readings suggest that we're on the verge of losing control of this rift. I recommend diverting from our current plan before it is too late for Arcadia. I've included extensive notes and annotations appended to the modulator schematics to substantiate these conclusions. I know you will guide us wisely, my dear Consul.
Schematics acquired. However, the information contained here also indicates the existence of rifts beyond where humanity has traveled. This does not compute.
It's a stumper, all right. But we'll have to worry about it later. Right now, we should concentrate on finding the console.
Priority reminder. The only way to shut down the Rift modulator is by dealing with the console.
This guy's a politician, which means you might be able to reason with him, if you're of a mind to. Don't expect much in the way of concessions. He probably still thinks he's got the stronger position.
To quote the wise director Watterson, chaos is an opportunity. Before facing the console, it is advisable to prepare yourself by whatever means you can, including but not limited to replenishing supplies and reconnaissance.
Just goes to show, all the power in the world still can't protect. Just goes to show, all the power in the world still can't protect you from a knife in the back.
Don't take a seat. This will be quick. My sentinels tell me you have some
Interesting ideas. Oh, easy. No need to break into a sweat. Interesting ideas can be useful in the right hands. Especially now that our partnership with the Order has become fraught. We may need our own version of their pacifying doctrine.
Oh, so I do have a germ of an idea. A less grand version of the grand plan. Instead of atoms and particles and such, it's made up of us. All doing our part, like...
You've come quite close enough. Sentinels, if you would.
Whatever you plan to say, Commander, best make it quick. This room's on a hair trigger.
You're right on time for the show. In a matter of minutes, I'll be transforming Arcadia for the better, and ridding it forever of trespassers like you. Such bravado is unbecoming when you can't make good on your promises, Commander. Tell me, did you manage to stop us from bringing your peace talks to a swift end? As I recall, Greater Tranquility was reduced to little more than mangled ruins in a single moment.
The Protectorate was responsible for expanding the rift? Well, I'd ask why, but I can already guess the answer.
It was a modest success. I had hoped it'd hobble Anti's choice in the Order once and for all, but it has proven to be a valuable lesson in patience. I was able to buy the time to enact the very plan before you. Though, judging from that vacant expression on your face, it would appear you've no idea what I intend. Very well. Once the rift destroys Arcadia, we shall edit the information stored within it and use the modulator to reshape our colony into its perfect form. Horizon Point's destruction all those years ago was a tragedy, yes, but without it, we might never have opened our eyes to our true purpose and the possibility of Arcadia's rebirth. When the Matriarch discovered the first skip drive, she set us on a course to elevate humanity. We're now writing our path, and I will do my part as the architect intended. Intrepid, aren't you? Well, what's relevant is what came after. Our Matriarch dissected this skip drive technology, learned its secrets, and enabled us to produce them en masse, which eventually led to the manifestation of rifts. But it was not until well after Horizon Point's untimely end that we understood the opportunity gifted us. The opportunity to reconstruct the colony in its perfect form. It is as the Grand Architect designed. And believe you me, I've no intention of letting you thwart our securing of a better future. One free of doubt and greed. It's your time that's running out, not mine. So go on, tell me all the ways I'm wrong. Better yet, tell the whole room how His Eminence, the Sovereign, was wrong. This was originally his plan, after all. I am merely a partner seeing it carried out. So you say. But you've yet to deliver any compelling evidence. Though it matters not, you've little chance of swaying me. I am doing what I must to restore this colony to what our Matriarch envisioned. Free of war, strife, heresy. You will not distract me from taking what is owed to us. I will not be lectured by an outsider. It's just like the Earth Directorate, or any other interloper, to claim to better know the customs of those they invade. Certainly if you had your way, you would claim Arcadia as yours, and rewrite history to suit your own aims.
It's true. Your Matriarch suspected the Protectorate was doomed from the get-go.
Reuben was mucking things up even before his mother's body was cold.
No. No, Reuben would not have gone against her. He was a stalwart protector of Arcadia to the end. We could all see his devotion. If he even attempted to bastardize the Protectorate cause, then we will have undone all of the Matriarch's work. I swore to guide the Matriarch's line. It was not a matter of choosing sides. It was duty. But surely it cannot be possible that I've gotten this wrong. All your so-called arguments are pure hearsay. You came here claiming so boldly that I would fail, but you have yet to provide any proof. So where is it? What do you have? Bah, a report. The abstract means little when compared to reality. Look outside. Is it failing now? That's not true. Despite how things appear at present, with time, this station, all of Arcadia, and all of its people will be made whole. Yes, well, I find that man's attitude can skew results even more than a thumb on the scale. But if he's correct, as he quite typically is, I don't understand. Surely every step leading to this moment was in accordance to the grand plan. All the pieces fit. Either someone has made a terrible mistake, or this is merely a conspiracy to mislead us. You may...
Commencing
Got a distraction for you. I'm at it.
You can't.
You're right on time for the show. In a matter of minutes, I'll tell I was able to buy the time to it. When the Matriarch discovered the first...
Ready to take the heat off you, Commander. Just say when.
I'm seeing unfriendly. Got some bad company. Don't mind me.
For you, I'm the one you need to worry about.
The information here indicates the rift is about to destabilize completely. As the modulator cannot be operated from this distance, it must be flown into the rift directly.
You did the best you could. We all did. In the serials, this is usually the point when someone heroically volunteers. Commander, it's been an honor and a privilege. You really are the best the director has got. Only makes sense that you leave the schematics with me, Commander. I'll get them to the Earth Directorate. Don't worry. We'll use them and the process rift data to mass-produce modulators that can be operated at a safe distance. Rifts will no longer be a problem. I will. You have my word.
Commanders sacrificed themselves to save the galaxy. No one knew their motives or thoughts in those final moments, though legends grew around this mythical agent of the Earth Directorate all the same. Vigilant Hogarth, now acclimated to Fairfield, leaned on the Protectorate ideals of neighborliness, while overlooking all the authoritarian tactics, so he might help the Order to succeed with the equation. Having died at the peace talks, Augustine DeVries' treachery was never known to the Earth Directorate. She is forever remembered as the star agent who tragically went missing during her mission. Val continued to serve the Earth Directorate faithfully for many more years than should be possible, giving automechs like her everywhere a reputation as stable and reliable. As a result, more Valerie units were put into service, while fewer human agents were deployed into the field. As he rose through the Earth Directorate ranks, Niles pressed for a field directive to deploy the new Val units only when the situation posed significant risk. The policy reduced agent casualties by a significant margin. Oddly enough, in-office deaths increased by a not insignificant margin. Agent Niles Ibarra achieved the rank of Commander, earning renown as a formidable agent, unafraid to challenge the status quo within the Earth Directorate. He recruited his friend Zebulon Tran to the Earth Directorate, a gesture of gratitude for not airing the Directorate's dirty laundry. Together, they vowed to reform the agency from within, so it might never again bargain with authoritarian governments. Ultimately, Niles rose to the position of Secretary General. His term saw the Earth Directorate at its most popular, or, in the eyes of corporations and tyrannical governments, most feared. Inez's convincing appeals to the press earned her clout in reforming Auntie's Choice's cruel grafting program. Yet it was a constant struggle, rife with red tape and pushback from program executives. This was Inez's new battle, one she would fight for the rest of her life. Ever logical and distant from others, Marisol embraced violence as her solution to eliminate random variables from the equation. Unsurprisingly, she was invited to few social functions. Forced to think for themselves after a lifetime of luxurious certainty, Protectorate hardliners banded together to preserve their society. Without the Order, or the corporatists controlling Arcadia. They had a real chance at making a comeback. Sovereign Varric was eventually discovered in mental refreshment, in a placid and compliant state. All parties felt it would be best to leave him in the hands of the remaining Protectorate, who had the most experience with refreshment's process and victims. Despite the recent tumultuous events in Arcadia, it was business as usual for Free Market Station. Sub Rosa continued to supply the colony in the wake of the commander's actions. With unfettered access to skip drives, and its reputation untarnished by its still secret agreement with the Protectorate, the Earth Directorate became what it was always meant to be, the ultimate authority in Arcadia. The colony served as a base to expand the agency's reach across the galaxy. All of these events turned on the decisive actions of the Earth Directorate agent and their unique way of navigating Arcadia, its disparate factions, social complexities, ubiquitous product placement, and arsenal of absurdly satisfying weaponry. But through it all, and to this day, Earth has remained inexplicably dark.
Why would DeVries betray her fellow agents like that? A rhetorical question. I already know. Just making conversation.